So, this Harry Potter RPG, real or what? Well, since our first video got taken down by Warner Brothers along with pretty much everything else on YouTube detailing the leaked footage, it's giving this game some pretty hefty legs to stand on. We only know bits and pieces about this title so far, things you can learn about by clicking the link in the description or wait until the end of the video to watch my video from the other week about everything we know about this RPG. Until we get any solid confirmation about what's going on, it is both a waiting and a guessing game. There are a ton of fans excited for this potential title, including me, so let's outline what we're wanting in Harry Potter Magic Awakened. I'm Rich from WhatCulture Gaming, and this is my Harry Potter RPG wishlist, 10 things fans demand. Number 10, a huge open world. Since we'll be traversing Hogwarts as a student, we want to be able to amble through every nook and cranny of the castle. From the Great Hall to the Room of Requirement, we're expecting a ton of detail, and to make it a truly student experience, let us use the secret passageways from Hogwarts to go to Hogsmeade. Even let us wander around Diagon Alley before we board the Hogwarts Express. Let us buy our books and our wands, choose our animal companion, even visit our vault in Gringotts. Give us the whole student experience, the thing we expected in the Hogwarts Mystery mobile game, plus, of course, all the things that might happen in the game's story. Might we head into the Forbidden Forest? Probably. Number 9, an engrossing storyline we can traverse in our own way. So as far as we know, we're getting a new story completely separate from the established canon we know from the Wizarding world. This game takes place before the events of the Fantastic Beasts series and way before the events of the Harry Potter books. As to whether there'll be any lore that ends up tying into Fantastic Beasts or Potter lore, we'll have to wait and see. From what we heard from this leak, you can take your character down either a good or evil route, bring peace to the Wizarding world and defeat whatever threat in the tidiest way possible, or dive in all wands blazing and conjure the Dark Mark or something. Wait, that was way before Voldy or even Grindelwald's time, so do your own dark thing. Hopefully we won't be given a blunt left or right at the beginning of the game, instead incorporate a means of our actions influencing our standings within the Wizarding world, kinda like a karma system. Allow us to flip between good and evil based on how the story progresses. Maybe you're happy being a huge turd, but something comes up meaning you need to stamp on your cat and you become mightily attached to mittens. Suddenly you want to be good again, and let us do that. Also, adding varying endings based on how good or evil we've been throughout will absolutely make me go and play it again. Number 8, full Quidditch matches. I mean, it wouldn't be Hogwarts without it, right? To make this whole school life experience complete, give us the opportunity to compete for our house Quidditch team. We've seen Quidditch matches in games gone by. I mean, who can forget that pissing flying lesson with Madam Hooch in the Philosopher's Stone on PS1? To this day, I still hate that thing. But full-fledged Quidditch matches would be an amazing addition. Not necessarily something that will tie into the story, just a side thing to do. Have an NPC always on the pitch ready to teach you how to play each position, then try out for the real team. Add in tournaments and even, online play. Just that bit in its own would make the game sell millions, let alone doing it as a side thing in a bigger game. Hear our voice, Warner Brothers Interactive, Quidditch! Number 7, a skill tree and getting XP buffs from doing classes. Once again, Hogwarts wouldn't be Hogwarts without classes. As to whether these will be a mandatory part of the experience is yet to be seen, but of course, it does make sense. Learning new spells, creating potions, learning about the potential creatures you might come up against in defense against the dark arts or even care of magical creatures, the amount of gameplay help you'll get from lessons could be endless. Even better, make it so we can do lessons again, or much like Oliver Wood's great-grandfather out on the Quidditch pitch all the time, make it so we can waltz into any classroom at any time and practice our skills. Give us XP buffs for doing so, or even the ability to level up spells and abilities by earning points to use in, say, a skill tree. There's a lot that could be done with lessons here, so use them. Number 6, only use combat as and when we'd need to. Magical combat has always been fun in the Potter games, but don't make this a full hack and slash or brawler type thing on release. Combat will be a big deal, duh, we've seen that in the leaked footage, but don't make it everything. Give us puzzles, narrative beats that require exploration, or even tailing a shifty-looking student or member of staff. Have us tame a hippogriff out in the forest, or give us a tough quest revolving around thestrals we can't see yet. However, depending on how broken this might make things, still give us the option to use offensive magic if we so desire. Professor Binns is being boring as balls. Why not kill him again? We can't see those thestrals. Oh look, a student. Oh, now I can see them. Just don't make everything, I've been dropped into a room full of things to kill, do that and the door opens. Give us variety, give us everything, give us the power to go about things however we choose. Number 5, fully voiced characters including the player. Character creation in this title looks to be a big deal, from choosing your wizard type to your appearance, and even potentially your bloodline, which could alter how certain students approach you. There's one thing left to ask. Can we hear ourselves? Can we hear other people? Are we getting pretty much every single line voiced like in Fallout 4? It'll definitely tie into the immersion factor, but then it could water down a dialogue tree, again, like Fallout 4. It depends on whether these passing conversations you have may affect anything in the grand scheme of things. Rumour has it you can develop friendships and rivalries with other students, and the best way to establish that is a complex dialogue system. Or you can automatically make someone hate you by petrificus totalising their ass. Boom, enemies for life. Number 4, tons of side quests. I can definitely already see myself dumping a ton of time into this game, as I'm sure all of you will be too. But we want to be able to lose ourselves in this wonderful wizarding world for hundreds of hours on end. There's a student who's dropped their cat down a well. Wingardium Leviosa that stuff up. Hang on, that was in the PS1 game too. But you get the idea. Students, staff, maybe even creatures if you venture into the forest deep enough to find centaurs, might have quests for you. Random people in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade too. If we get to go there, of course. Any old stuff, as long as there's tons of it, even fetch quests. Do you know what? I'll take fetch quests, if that's what's going to keep me in this game forever. I just don't want to leave. Number 3, be as true to the Wizarding World canon as possible. Out of all the fandoms out there, if there's one that'll stupefy your manspuds with no hesitation for getting something wrong, it's the Potter lot. That's not a bad thing. They're passionate, and across the books, the play, the extended universe details on Pottermore, and the Fantastic Beasts series, there is a lot of detail already there, and they should have a lot of stuff to reference to make sure everything is perfect. I'm sure good old JK has a big input on this new project, injecting new creatures, spells, and secrets into the narrative mix, but the devs who are doing the bits and pieces already based on existing facts and figures need to get things right. A nod here or there to the future would be nice, of course, a relative of a character, or just a nod to the Triwizard Tournament happening at another school, hence why X, Y, and Z are currently not here. Just don't do something extremely stupid like have Dumbledore as a headmaster. This is the 19th century. Dumbledore was a wee babby. You'd best have a team of fact-checkers on hand. There's actually a few of us here at WhatCulture who could lend a hand. Hint. Number 2, no microtransactions. This is the big one, yet it's only number 2 in the list. Anyway, microtransactions suck. We know that. DLCs and things to add more to the base experience, absolutely, but pointless knickknacks, cosmetics, etc., not brilliant. Not game-breaking, but ugh. As for locking spells, save files, entire chunks of the game behind a paywall, no. Warner Brothers, take a look at Hogwarts Mystery, how that thing turned out, how predatory it was. Take that formula and shove it up your butt and leave it out of Magic Awakened, or whatever this thing will be called. Look at Spider-Man PS4. You got some cool suits off the bat for pre-ordering a particular edition, but they were still unlockable to everyone through progression. Something like that wouldn't be too bad, but ideally keep the experience identical for everyone, irrelevant of how much money they throw at you. How about that edition that comes with a full-size Firebolt though? I've got a $5. And number 1, announce the game. Well, duh. This game hasn't been confirmed yet. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but all signs are pointing towards this being real. The job listing last year, the footage looking really legit. I mean, if this was a fan-made project, then hats off to you. You've got me and the rest of the world fooled. But also, f*** you. Lastly, Warner Brothers took everything down. No survivors, not even us. If this were fake, they wouldn't care. Share this around, you pillocks. This shit ain't ours, they say as they light their fat cigars with... Do they have banknotes in the wizarding world? Can you light a Canuttersicle or a galleon on fire? Let me ring JK. You've heard our voices, Warner Brothers. This whole thing cropped up and everyone went mental. Don't pre-order anything under any circumstances. That doesn't apply here. You've absolutely got everyone's attention. Make it happen. Take the things I've just said into consideration and credit me properly. It's HUTSON. Thanks. So there we have it. Could Harry Potter Magic Awakened be a real thing? It does make more sense to call it Hogwarts Magic Awakened since it's way before Scarface's time, but, you know, brand recognition and all that. But let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like to see in this potential title. And I'll tell you what, I've mentioned a Firebolt edition, but I want you to pitch a special edition down in the comment section below. The best, the most creative, or just the pure dumbest, I'll pin it. Because why not? I'm excited. We're all excited. Bring it to me. Don't forget to subscribe to WhatCulture Gaming here on YouTube. We post new videos every single day. I'm Rich. You can follow me on Twitter at PickupChangeToe, and we'll see you tomorrow.